Hello guys! Welcome na naman sa aking YouTube channel, Finley TV. For today's video, galing na naman ito kay Darkest Secret. About ito sa mga Grim Reaper na nakuhaan on cam. So, samahan nyo ako. Let's go!
In all cultures, an interesting pattern is repeated. It does not matter if the cultures were separated geographically. The existence of a being in charge of taking the souls of people to the afterlife is repeated over and over again. A dark and gloomy being that for many is nothing more than a myth. However, cameras have captured surprising images that you will see today where this sinister being makes its disturbing presence known. My name is Leonor Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret.
So guys, ilalagay ko ang kanyang channel sa description box. So, alam nyo na, paki-subscribe. Goods yan. So, tuloy natin.
Today we present 5 real videos that caught the Grim Reaper on camera, Part 2. Number 5. From the city of Neuquén in Argentina, Frank, a regular subscriber, was responsible for sending me an impressive recording from his city. It all happened one weekend at dawn. Unfortunately, many people gathered on the main avenues at that time to witness illegal street races. Races that frequently end in tragedy because they are all held in non-licensed locations. It was in this context that the camera of one of the attendees witnessed a fatal motorcycle accident, unfortunately taking the lives of the 2 occupants. A shocking recording where, according to Frank, death was present at the scene seconds before the incident.
Parang hindi nila napansin yung humps. Tapos ang bilis pa, no? Hindi. Parang tumaas yung unahan.
Frank assures that the Grim Reaper
So,
is the
walang
one that
humps.
appears at the moment just before the fall. I personally believe that that is a mistake. According to me, that shape corresponds to the helmets of the 2 companions. However, and something that Frank did not notice, is a strange figure that can be seen seconds before the shot. This is not a streetlight, since it turns on seconds before. This is a gigantic shadow that appears just before they lose control. Mind you, they even look like 2 eyes on a black fabric of 9 to 13 feet. If it was a streetlight, it should have been seen throughout the recording. What do you think? Number 4. If you are a follower of my channel, surely you have already seen this next video. But if the Grim Reaper is our subject, then this video must be shown. If you remember, on that occasion, we talked about a strange entity that could be captured on camera very close to this grandmother. The interesting thing is that shortly after this recording, the old woman passed away.
Guys, may napapansin kayo? Parang may sumisilip dun sa
Sa bintana.
bintana. Parang nakakapa. Kikita pa yung mata, no? Pinaka-eyeball.
At that time, we theorized that it belonged to a strange phenomena that was taking the lives of the elderly, a sort of shadow that in that video had been repeated in different families. However, we could also say that it is the Grim Reaper. Could it be about this mysterious presence that crosses through all cultures? I remind you that this and the other videos that we saw at that moment, the elderly died shortly after. A very interesting video that I recommend you watch. I will leave the link to it at the end of this video. Number 3. The clip that you will see below corresponds to a disturbing recording made by Robert Trevino, a subscriber who in his email tells me that during the middle of the night he began to look through the security cameras installed in his home at a strange figure that was prowling his neighbor's house and who was also a friend of his. At the time of seeing the images, he alerted his friend, thinking that it was a thief. Look at the video for yourself.
Maybe Edward is spying on me. Just make sure that it has the blinds closed. Ha. Creepy. Creepy, creepy. Creepy, creepy.
Ano, tinitignan natin dito.
I could have sworn it looked like it moved. See? I don't know.
Parang may apparition.
He told his friend he's a thief, but nothing was missing, and there were no signs of anyone wandering around the area. Do you know what the scariest thing is? Although it is hard to believe, Robert assures that just days after this recording, his friend died as a result of an unfortunate domestic accident. Upon learning of this,
Baka
our
yan yung
subscriber
sa atin
immediately related it to this clip,
tinatawag na
since
sundo.
he believes that what was
Taga-sundo.
recorded on the cameras corresponds to the figure of the Grim Reaper, who was already near his friend. Still to this day, Robert feels guilty for not helping him. But what else could he do? Number 2. Popular beliefs sustain that the Grim Reaper is a dark entity, generally portrayed as a shadow, but also represented as a person dressed in black that makes an appearance to take people's souls.
God of Death.
You are probably imagining a terrifying person who appears magically with a scythe. However, in the most serious occult books, it is claimed that this presence can manifest as a person who is simply present while an event involving death is taking place. It seems not to interact with the unfortunate, but it is simply there. Something that fits 100% with the video that you're about to see. A footage taken in the middle of the street and in front of a large number of people who were passing through. Its presence was manifested in a terrible shooting that resulted in one person's death. I'll let the video play to see if you can distinguish it.
Yun na yun.
As you already know, we cannot show the exact moment of the tragedy, but from the people who
So
suddenly
ibig
leave the
sabihin
place, you
merong
can imagine what happened here. Shots were heard, and a
na-aksidente
person
dyan.
falls to the ground. But beyond that, if you look closely, moments before and among the passersby, you can see the silhouette of a person who first suddenly changes direction, standing directly in front of the place where the shots were fired. But the most shocking thing occurs right after, since unlike the other people, this person remained calm, as if that bloody event did not affect him. Everyone else fled from the shots, but this person continues to cross the street like nothing happened. The individual who passes away that day follows the exact direction of this mysterious person. Could it be the Grim Reaper? You be the judge. Number 1. We conclude this video with another clip that we had already shown previously. Footage recorded in Brazil, and that showed the moment when a patient infected with COVID-19 was airlifted to an intensive care facility. At that moment, we thought that perhaps it was the spirit of a loved one who wanted to accompany them. But we did not consider the possibility that our subscriber mentioned to us, who according to him, it could be the Grim Reaper.
Parang may shadow figure na pataas. Kung napansin nyo kanina, no?
Tá descalço, ó. Ele tá descalço, né?
Yun, no? Kita nyo?
In the video, you can see a strange shadow that comes out of the ambulance, and then, at the end, appears again, entering the plane. At that time, we considered it as just another paranormal manifestation, but we did not have the information that indicated that this patient would lose his life only 3 days after recording this video. In fact, notice those people walking in the background dressed completely in black, an ironic coincidence that adds to the strangeness of this clip. There is no doubt that this phenomenon, being known as Grim Reaper, will continue to be an unsolved mystery. Something that cannot be 100% accepted or denied, but it is there. A being that has been immortalized in countless books, ancient writings, and legends from different cultures. Different forms to which are now added, recordings like the ones you just saw today. I hope you like this video because we have come to an end. My name is Leonor Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.
So, ayun guys, natapos na naman tayo. Salamat sa pagsama. Huwag niyo kalimutang mag-subscribe, Binley TV. Kayo ba, naniniwala ba kayo sa Grim Reaper? Sa atin, ang tawag is kamatayan or tagasundo. Comment down below. So, hanggang sa muli, babush!